So, you want to move to Cyprus without business partners, no friends, maybe no girlfriend, just you, a suitcase, a dream, and the idea to completely change your life here on the island. First of all, congratulations. I actually did the exact same 7 years ago when I decided to leave Germany and start a completely new chapter here in Cyprus. And this video is my full guide on how you make the best out of this move, avoid the mistakes that I did, and for that I prepared 7 steps on how you can bootstrap your new Cyprus chapter. Hey everybody, it's Rico, and over the last few years we've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs relocate to Cyprus, and so I know the ins and outs of relocating to this island. And with that being said, let's start right away with step number 1, and that is you need to make a plan. Literally sit down with pen and paper and write down exactly what you will do before you leave the country. What assets do you have? What do you want to sell? Is your accounting filed? Are all paperwork and all bureaucratic things done? Prepare everything so that your old chapter can be closed, and then you can be mentally ready and excited for Cyprus. But what's also very important is to have realistic expectations. Know exactly what Cyprus is about. Watch my other videos on this channel, how life here in Cyprus really is, and understand who Cyprus is for and who maybe it is not for. And then once everything in your home country is ready for you to leave, then step number 2 is to book the flights and commit. And yes, I know it is a very big step. It is a very emotional decision. I went through the same myself. I had to leave everything that I knew my whole life back in Germany behind. My hometown where I grew up, my friends, and even my family. But I'm 27 now, 28 very soon, and so far in my life the best decisions were the boldest ones. And once you land here in Cyprus and you leave the plane and the sun is shining on your face, then you know exactly what I mean. And then step number 3 is to rent a property. And for that, my recommendation is, especially in the beginning, to rent something as short as possible. Maybe even go with Airbnb in the beginning. That is what I did when I first came to Cyprus. I rented an Airbnb in Larnaca because it was close to the airport. And from there, I did day trips to take a look at every other city in Cyprus. Walk around the cities, drive with your car in the morning, in the evening, maybe even rent a bicycle, and really try to understand the vibe and energy of every single city. And it is actually very important to check out every single city because they are very different. There are basically 4 main options that Cyprus has, and that is number 1, Limassol, which is like the business hub here in Cyprus, especially if you're into finance, software businesses, crypto, forex as well. Limassol is where the network is for those kinds of businesses. But it is also the most crowded city in Cyprus, with about 300,000 people living there, and so traffic jams are very common there, and this is also one of the reasons why I personally don't live in Limassol anymore, and I moved to Paphos. But when it comes to international entrepreneurship, Limassol is definitely the place to be. Talking about Paphos, this is the city where I live in for almost 6 years now, and in my opinion it is super underrated actually. When I moved to Paphos, it was so cheap here. Rental prices were absolutely insane. You could rent a house for like 500-600 euros. I rented a maisonette house with a sea view and a communal pool for 470 euros. But nowadays people wake up and they realize the beauty of Paphos. And I love the routine that I have here in Paphos. I wake up very early, I hop on my motorbike, I drive down to the harbor, I jump into the sea, I drink a coffee, I go for a little walk, and just then I'm driving back home. It is like 8 AM by then, and I start working. Sure, I also go out on the weekends. I usually go to Old Town where I meet some friends, or now during summer we are also going to the beach bars here in Paphos, and during the season it is actually very busy. But it is definitely quieter than Limassol. It is a slower pace of life here, but to me this just means less distractions and more focus on work. So if you're a person that also stays at home and works a lot, then Paphos is my top choice. Next we have Nicosia, which is actually the capital city of Cyprus. It is inland, so it's literally in the middle of the island. There are no beaches around Nicosia, and you definitely have a more local Cypriot traditional experience over there, which is something if you do not want to chase the expat scene. But to me, because there are no beaches, it is a no-go. I am not living on an island to have no beaches around me. Lastly, we have Larnaca, which is like the airport city in Cyprus because it has the biggest airport. Paphos also has an airport, but it has not so many connections as the Larnaca airport. It is also very relaxed there, but it is growing because also a lot of digital nomads are moving to Larnaca because the rental prices are very cheap there. And yes, I know there are many more cities like Ayia Napa, Paralimni, Polis and many villages, but helping so many people move here to Cyprus, those are the 4 main cities that most people move to. And once you decided for your city, then you can rent a long-term property with a rental contract of 1 year or maybe even more. And then the fun part begins, because step number 4 is to settle in. And here I have something very important to say, because you will encounter the so-called first impression trap, which means that some things won't work out as you want. You may have some issues with your fridge, you may have some issues with the internet installation or anything that just is not working the way you want. And I always say that you have to push through this phase, because once you are set up and everything works in your apartment, all the paperwork is sorted out and you start living your new life, then you will have no problems for many years to come. And talking about the paperwork, yes, there are obviously some very important things that need to be done if you decide to stay in Cyprus for longer than 90 days, but Tax.One does everything for you so that you have no headache at all. You just come to us, you fill out the form on Tax.One, you have an individual consultation call with us, then we do your residency permit, we do your non-dom status registration, we incorporate your company, we do your tax filings, accounting, social insurance registration, bank account openings, all the stuff that you do not want to deal with, we do it for you. But now let's get back to the practical lifestyle side, because if you move to Cyprus alone, you do not want to end up on your sofa scrolling through Instagram and having no friends, right? And that is why I always recommend everyone that comes to Cyprus to register in a gym in week number 1, not in the 3rd or in the 4th month. No, register in a gym as soon as you arrive and go into the gym daily, so that you obviously improve your health and fitness and all that, but also to have a daily reason to leave the house. And as soon as you have your gym schedule set, then you will start recognizing faces within just a few days. Connected to this, I also recommend to join clubs or start a hobby, so that you have a recurring activity, something that is every Wednesday, every Friday. Maybe it is boxing, maybe it is paddle, maybe it is tennis, swimming, running, jiu-jitsu, whatever fits to you. This helps you to already meet some people, mingle, start your own little community, and then on the weekends I recommend you to go out even if you do not feel like it. It is not to get drunk or something like that. It is just to become a part of the Cyprus society. Keep in mind that Cyprus is relatively small, so if you go out, you will see also the same faces over and over again, and this is how relationships form here. And this is also why everyone here in Cyprus is welcoming and nice. You do not need to be afraid to just talk to some strangers. They will not hit you or be mean to you. You can just talk to people. And if you're single, don't be afraid to just talk to the person that you like. Just go up and say, hi, what's up? So what I'm trying to say is that you already did the step of moving to a new country. So let's just leave your comfort zone completely behind and develop into a new personality. And for that, my next point is also very important, because I also recommend everyone that comes to Cyprus alone to attend events and expos. There are actually a lot of big events happening here in Cyprus, and it gets more and more over the years, from entrepreneurship and business, over gaming, over real estate, all the way to festivals and parties. And even me myself, I host my own entrepreneur evenings every now and then, where I invite 80 to 100 entrepreneurs. We get together, I rent a nice location, we network, we eat, we do some interactions, and we just make new friends. And this is actually what happened last week, and I will show you a little bit from behind the scenes of our last entrepreneur evening after this video. So definitely be excited about that, but first we continue with step number 6, and that is the wrong people to meet. And this is the part where I may upset some people, but I will be completely straightforward with you from the beginning, so you do not end up in an uncomfortable situation. So when you come to Cyprus alone, then you do not know anyone, like by definition, and so this may lead to you making naive decisions, or let's say you will be unexperienced in your new environment. And so you do not really know yet how things really work here, how things are priced here, what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. And so please do not trust people blindly, even if they sound confident. Definitely do not do some big commitments because they say that this is an absolute bargain. It is most likely not. Rather, relax with your decision and trust your gut feelings. And just as an example, I bought about 5 or maybe 6 cars here in Cyprus already. And 2 of them were completely broken, which I found out just a few weeks after buying them. I still remember my first car here in Cyprus was a Toyota Camry, and I bought this car with almost all my money back then, and I was so excited, and I told the car dealer that the only thing I don't want is that this car has some problems and me needing to spend much more money on it. And of course the guy promised me that the car is in an excellent condition, but then 3 weeks after I bought the car, I saw some smoke coming out of my engine and I couldn't drive the car for like 5 or 6 months. And you know what? I thought I learned from my mistakes, but I'm generally a person that trusts very fast. And so recently I bought my first supercar here in Cyprus, a McLaren 570S. And there was the same story. The guy told me that he took care of the car and that the car is in excellent condition, this and that, no problems whatsoever. But just a few weeks later, I had to spend another 32,000 euros to fix the engine. Obviously, I'm in a much better position now that this doesn't hurt me as much as back then, where I literally had no money left. But this is just an example of what could happen to you here in Cyprus if you trust the people blindly. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying at all that everyone in Cyprus is like that. This was actually a very rare occasion that happened within the last 7 years to me. I'm just saying, be careful, definitely be positive-minded and optimistic, but not blind. And this perfectly leads to step number 7, avoid my mistakes. And here I listed down 4 mistakes that I did when I first relocated to Cyprus without knowing anyone. And that is number 1, I tried to do everything alone. My ego is very high, and so I usually want to do everything myself. I rarely ask for help because I think that it is weak, which is absolute nonsense. But I also wanted to save a lot of money in the beginning. For example, I still remember I wanted to change like the light bulb to like a special LED colorful light lamp. And I didn't want to hire an electrician, of course. Why pay 100 euros if I can do it myself without experience? So I went there, I took off the thing, and I got an absolute electrical shock. I still remember my finger was like numb for like 2 days. But nowadays I realized that time is our most valuable asset. And so whenever I want to fix something around my house, I usually hire people or ask friends to help me, and things get done much faster. Things that I do myself and take days can be done in 1 day if you know the right person. And especially in a place like Cyprus, life is built on relationships and win-win situations. So don't be afraid to ask for help and make new friends as fast as possible. Mistake number 2 that I did, especially in the beginning, is that I didn't explore the island enough. A reason for that is because I moved to Cyprus right before the pandemic started, and I was locked in for 2 years in my home, and I was not really exploring the island. But Cyprus is so beautiful. So when you come here, go out and see the absolute stunning landscapes, sceneries, visit the mountains, waterfalls, beaches, local restaurants, blue lagoons, do a lot of water sports, and most importantly, go into the sea and swim as much as possible. Because when I was still living in Germany, I told myself, when I move to Cyprus, I will swim so much, I will become a swimmer, I will become a fish. But then I moved here, and I started to go into the sea literally after year 4. But nowadays I do it literally almost every single day. I'm already excited to wake up tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., drive down to the harbor and take a swim, because Cyprus actually has the cleanest sea waters in the European Union. When I go into the sea, I can see 10 meters down, swim with fishes, swim with turtles, and it's just like so magical. Anyway, mistake number 3 is that I said yes way too often. I said yes to every coffee date, every meeting, every event in the first 2 months. And don't get me wrong, it is important. Yes, as I said earlier, you want to go out there, but you still want to find a balance so that you do not forget to work on your business or whatever it is that you want to create. Over the last few years, I easily met hundreds of people that I don't even know their names anymore today. And so most of them I didn't even need to meet. So you should also be selective from day 1. And now mistake number 4, very interesting, is that I completely underestimated how much work it requires to build a life from zero in a new country. I mean, I came to Cyprus with literally nothing. I sold everything in Germany. I had like a few thousand euros in my bank account. I had no car. I was sharing apartments, and I thought that in 3 years I will make so much money, I pay little tax on it, and then I will basically be where I want to be. Damn, I was wrong. I mean, now I'm here in Cyprus for 7 years and my business is just at a point where I'm starting to hire people. We just rented our first office here in Cyprus. I'm just upgrading my lifestyle now. I just bought a nice car, this and that. But for that, I just have the perfect quote. And that is, we overestimate what we can achieve in 1 year, but we also underestimate what we can achieve in 5 or even 10 years. And so with that being said, now it is time to go to the Entrepreneur Evening in Limassol and I will see you there. So this is Adrian's car. I absolutely love this Hurricane. I mean, look at this, so aggressive. The front. Whew. The car is so low as well. He always tells me that he's like hitting every bumper. But yeah, definitely stunning. Here we got Chris's Ferrari California in red. And over there, Mackie. Absolutely beautiful trio, isn't it? All the nice colors. We got mustard, we got ketchup, and we got mayo over there. And yeah, so Entrepreneur Evening tonight. A lot of people already arrived, so we're going upstairs now and we're gonna say hello. Alright guys, so we arrived at the location. Look at this beautiful entry. Here we have Sektempfang, we call it in Germany. We have an amazing team, thank you guys. And now I'm going to the DJ because I'm going to say something into the microphone. Everybody, hi! Thank you for coming. Appreciate it a lot. I wanted to say hello, and you're the first ones. There are more people on the way, and it's amazing to see so many faces that came here together today. And we have one thing in common, and this is living in Cyprus. The food is coming out now. You can get yourself some drinks. We will order some shishas soon. Thank you very much, and I will see you in a few minutes again. Thanks. Woo! So we're here with the main man. He came to every single entrepreneur meetup so far. How you like it? Why you always come? You miss me?
First of all, definitely it's because I miss you. If I wouldn't miss you, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. Second of all, because every single time I meet super interesting people that give me new ideas on how to develop my own businesses, and in general, it's nice atmosphere, nice people, nice connections. What else could you ask for?
True. And everything here in Cyprus, we make the island pop.
Definitely.
Alright, so right here we have our accountant of Tax.One. Antoni, I have a present for you.
What is this?
It's a late birthday present to you. Check it. You need to see the crops.
Medium.
Alright. Now, when the sun is setting, I have 2 microphones. So I will do a little bit of like a panel discussion so that we can get to know a few people. I will ask some people to tell who they are, what they do. We are here to network, to make new friends, because I remember when I came to Cyprus, I didn't have any events to attend, and this is what this event is all about, so that we will find new friends. So it's definitely gonna be exciting. Welcome Brian and Alessio, thank you very much. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so our business is called Create Content Club, so pretty intuitive, we create content. More specifically, we help entrepreneurs building their own personal brand. The whole reason why everybody's here today is because of your personal brand, right? Like, people know you because of your content, because you put yourself out there on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms. You know, it kind of proves the point. And if you guys are here and you're building businesses, you're amazing people, you have so many cool stories to tell. If you guys haven't taken seriously yet building your personal brand, I highly encourage you to do that, because it's not only about acquiring clients, it's about the people you can help.
John is actually almost my brother. He wears the same shirt. And the cool thing is, we met the first time in Bangkok.
Yes, man.
And that was very cool. We went to a rooftop bar there, and I don't know who messaged. I think I messaged you.
Yeah, you messaged me actually.
Yeah, I like your content as well, bro. So who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm John. I'm doing sales coaching and consulting. So basically, teach people how to do sales, and also consult companies to implement sales processes.
You're from Germany, right?
Yes.
When did you leave Germany?
Like 2 years ago I moved to Cyprus. Yeah, but I've been traveling around a lot before actually.
My name is Gerard. I'm from Barcelona, Spain, and I'm a video game developer. I'm very deep into Unity, so I wanted to come up and say that if there's anyone in any way related to game development here.
Yeah, I'm Roland. I'm from Germany, as you can hear in my accent probably. I just moved here actually in November, and we run B2B consultancy for Amazon sellers.
So I'm Ian. I moved to Cyprus in November, really enjoying it, really liking it, and I'm in the AI space. So we're going to start with...
We had a few more people come up and introduce themselves and their business, and this is how my entrepreneur evenings in Cyprus are usually organized. I actually started doing them last year, and our first meetup was at a local tavern in Paphos with about 50 people, and now having over 100 like-minded people on the best rooftops in Limassol definitely shows me that Cyprus is becoming a popular destination for entrepreneurs, digital nomads and investors from all over the world. And if you're thinking about coming to Cyprus as well, all I can tell you is that you will definitely not regret your decision, as the lifestyle here on the island is absolutely amazing. You're welcome to reach out to us on Tax.One. We will assist you in every single step along the way, from setting up your business over renting or buying a property, all the way to the next entrepreneur evening. Thanks a lot for watching the video until the end. I hope it was helpful. I wish you all the best on your journey, and if you subscribe, then I will see you in the next video.